My mother looked me dead in the eyes and said 5 words that changed my life forever. Don't come to the wedding. At first, I thought she was joking. Then she smiled, not a warm smile, not a nervous smile, a cruel one, like she had been waiting years to say it. You'll embarrass your sister. I just stared at her. What are you talking about? That's when my younger sister, Ava, walked into the room wearing her wedding dress and laughed, actually laughed. Then she said something I'll never forget. Why would we want the family failure at the happiest day of my life? That sentence hit harder than I expected. Because they weren't strangers. They were my family. And somehow, that wasn't even the worst betrayal, because 3 days later, I found out I technically owned their wedding venue. And by the time I was done, there was no wedding left to attend. My sister Ava was my mother's favorite from the day she was born. Everyone knew it. Family dinners, birthdays, Christmas, graduations. Everything revolved around Ava. When I got straight A's, my mom said, "That's expected." When Ava barely passed classes, we celebrated with dinner. When I bought my first apartment at 26, my parents forgot. When Ava got engaged after dating a guy for 6 months, my mother cried tears of joy and called it the greatest moment of our family history. I wish I was exaggerating. I'm not. Then things got worse. My father died when I was 24, and that's when everything changed. Or so I thought. My dad and I were incredibly close. Before he died, he always promised me, "No matter what happens, I'll make sure you're protected." At the funeral, my mother barely looked at me. She clung to Ava instead. I thought grief was making everyone act differently. I was wrong. 6 months later, my mother told me Dad left everything to her. House, investments, savings, everything. And I believed her. Big mistake. Because years later, I learned that was a lie, but I didn't know that yet. And Ava's wedding was about to expose everything. 3 weeks before the wedding, I realized I never received an invitation. Everyone else had one. Even distant relatives, even neighbors, even people my sister barely knew, but not me. I called my mom. She ignored me. I texted Ava. No response. Then my aunt accidentally told me, "Wait, I thought you knew you weren't invited?" That's how I found out. I drove straight to my mother's house. That's when she told me not to come. Then Ava humiliated me. Then they shut the door in my face. I cried in my car for nearly an hour. Then my phone buzzed, and everything changed. It was my cousin Lily. She sent one text. "You need to see this." Attached were screenshots from the family wedding group chat. My entire family had been mocking me, laughing, making jokes, calling me jealous, pathetic, bitter. Then I saw my mother's message, and my blood ran cold. She wrote, "Don't worry, she already paid for most of it anyway." I reread it 5 times. Paid for what? That's when I discovered the first secret, 8 months earlier. My mother called me sobbing. She said she needed money urgently. She claimed she was losing the family home. She begged me for help. I gave her $85,000, everything I had saved. I even delayed expanding my business because I thought I was saving my mother. I wasn't. I was funding Ava's luxury wedding, private vineyard venue, designer dress, luxury honeymoon, celebrity photographer, everything. I confronted my mother. She denied it. Then I showed proof. Bank transfers, invoices, messages. She panicked. Then she said something insane. "You owe your sister this." I laughed. Then she slapped me. And that's when I learned betrayal had another layer, because Ava's fiancé called me secretly that same night. And what he told me changed everything. He sounded terrified. He told me Ava had been cheating on him for months. He had proof, photos, messages, hotel receipts. He planned to cancel the wedding until my mother convinced him not to. Why? Because all the deposits were non-refundable, and they were already broke. That's when he revealed one final bombshell. The wedding venue legally belonged to me. I thought he was lying. He wasn't. Years earlier, my father secretly transferred ownership of a commercial property into my name through a trust. That property was later converted into Ava's wedding venue. My mother had hidden it, forged documents, and illegally rented it out for years, including Ava's wedding. I called my attorney, and then everything moved fast, very fast. Wedding day arrived. The venue was packed, 400 guests, luxury decorations, live musicians, champagne towers. My mother looked happier than I had ever seen her. Ava looked smug. Then the officiant began speaking. That's when I walked in. Everyone turned. My mother looked horrified. I told you not to come. I smiled. I'm not here as a guest. Then venue security walked behind me, followed by my attorney. Then police officers entered, and panic spread instantly. What's happening? I grabbed the microphone and exposed everything: the stolen inheritance, the forged documents, the stolen wedding money, the cheating, everything. Then Ava's fiancé stood up and played a video, Ava kissing another man. Guests screamed. Her fiancé walked out. My mother collapsed. Then police arrested her for fraud in front of everyone. But Ava still had one final breakdown left. She screamed at me, "You ruined my life." I looked her dead in the eyes and said, "No, you ruined your own life." Then workers began dismantling wedding decorations in real time. Guests were escorted out. The wedding was over, and social media made it worse. Videos went viral, millions of views. My family became a public joke. But the ending? That was even better. 6 months later, my mother lost the house. Ava's ex sued her. My relatives stopped speaking to them. My mother called me constantly, begging, crying, apologizing. Then one voicemail changed everything. "I should have chosen you." Too late. I sold the venue, kept the profits, expanded my business, and moved across the country. Last month, I got married, small ceremony, beautiful day, no toxic family, no drama, just peace. And as I walked down the aisle, I realized something. The greatest revenge isn't destroying toxic people. It's surviving them long enough to watch them destroy themselves.